नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम् देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयत्। नष्टाप्रयेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। हरि ओम् तत्तत्। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णव की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। श्रील रूप गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्तों की जय। रीडिंग फ्रॉम भगवद गीता, श्रीमद् भागवतम, Canto 4, Creation of the Fourth Order, Chapter 29, Conversation between Narada Muni and Prachina Parishad, verse number 79. अतस्तद् अपवाद अर्धम् भज सर्वात्मना हरिम् पश्यन् तत् आत्मकं विश्वं स्थिति उत्पत्ति अप्यययतः. Very nice verse throughout Srimad Bhagavatam. Multiple places this has been discussed. Parikshit Maharaj is questioning the Sukadeva Goswami on the same point. Prahlad Maharaj also discussing on the same point, multiple places. And Srila Prabhupada has written a letter to one of the professor also on this point. So counteracting the sinful activity. So still they can't counteract by many methods. So that is being discussed. Parikshit Maharaj is rejecting. Sukadeva Goswami is also testing the disciple. That is the way for the Guru to make sure disciple is serious enough, he still has any attractions for the lower things. So that is his business to test the disciple. So that is what also we can see. We'll understand this verse. अतस्तद् अपवादार्थं भज सर्वात्मना हरिम् पश्यं तदात्मकं विश्वं स्थिति उत्पत्ति अप्यययतः. अतस्तद् अपवादार्थं भज सर्वात्मना हरिम् पश्यं तत् आत्मकं विश्वं स्थिति उत्पत्ति अप्यययतः. Word to word. Ata, therefore, tat, that means this, that means the last almost 10-15 verses Narada Muni is explaining how the living entity is conditioned by engaging in sinful activity. The bondage is in continuously being implicated again and again repeatedly. Now how to counteract it is coming to the solution here. Ata, therefore, that sinful activity, that inclination to perform sinful activity, Apavadardham, to counteract, bacha, to counteract what one should do. Engage in devotion service. Sarvatmana. Who is that Sarvatmana? We are not Sarvatmana. So Sarvatmana is the Lord. Sarvatmana, with all your senses. Harim, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pasyan, seeing. Tat, of the Lord. Atmakam, under the control. Viswam, the cosmic manifestation. Sthiti, maintenance. Utpatti, creation, production. So that's a creation. Apyaya, annihilation. Yataha, from whom? Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. The interesting details are also there about the Lord Krishna and Lord Vishnu on this particular point of actually who is doing, who is actually removing the burden. That discussion is also there in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that has been elaborately described. And what happens when Lord Krishna appears in Dwapar Yuga. Translation by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. You should always know that this cosmic manifestation is created, maintained, and annihilated by the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, everything within this cosmic manifestation is under the control of the Lord. To be enlightened by this perfect knowledge, one should always engage himself in the devotion service of the Lord. I repeat, you should always know that this cosmic manifestation, this material nature, Prakriti, is created, maintained, annihilated by the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is always there. This is a cycle going on. Just like the cloud is appearing and disappearing. Cloud is always there. If it is not here, it is raining for last few days. It may rain some more days also. All over, I think, Andhra Pradesh, I don't know if the rest of India. So it is like that. Cloud, if it is not here, somewhere it is there. Cloud is always there. So same with this material world is getting created, maintained, annihilated again. So it's rotation, cycle is going on. Consequently, everything is within this cosmic manifestation is under the control of the Lord. Here, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu. That's what it means. To be enlightened by this perfect knowledge, one should always engage himself in the devotion service of the Lord. Here again, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. That's what it means. We'll understand after taking shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, here, Panchatattva. आनंद लीलामय विग्रहाय हेमावती च विसुंदराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रस प्रदाय चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते आजानुलंबित भुजो कनकावदातो संकीर्तनैकपितरो कमलाय तक्षो विश्वम्भरो द्विजवरो युगधर्मपालो वंदे जगत्प्रियकरो करुणावतारो वंदे जगत्प्रियकरो करुणावतारो चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निर्वापणं श्रेयःकैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधू जीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्. So the chanting of the holy name is the cleansing process, just like when deep-rooted contamination is there. Like if you ever wash the dishes, generally this is the first service. If somebody comes to his contact, if they want to do service, this is the first service generally we get. So later on, we think we are great devotees, so we don't take up that service. But this is the best service because we'll clean our heart when we clean the dishes which are so dark inside the vessel. It takes long time to clean it. It's not so easy. So more we clean that way, then more we clean the heart. So chanting of the holy name, that's marjanam. Marjanam means deep cleaning, not superficial cleaning. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling this holy name because this is even the ordinary scholar, the Chanakya Pandit, we all know. He himself is also telling the point. He also gives moral instruction, very good instruction, in line with Shastra. But these days, those kind of people are missing in this world. So Chanakya Pandit says that Teja, Teja Sadhu Samagamam, Teja Samsargam. So give up the unwanted association of those who are engaging in sinful activity, those who are engaging in against Shastra, Sadhu and Guru. So you have to give up that kind of association. Teja Samsargam. Then Bhaja sadhu samagam. But you have to take the association of those who are in line with Shastra and Sadhu and Guru. So he's telling. Otherwise, implication, you can't give up this. So later on, Parikshit Maharaj is asking this question, then how to give up? The criminal knows already. Criminal has done multiple times. He has seen that he himself is already went to jail. He came out, but again he's performing. So what is that? What is that causing? Parikshit Maharaj is already enlightened person. He's not an ordinary person. He was a great king. He ruled the whole Bharatavarsha. And he's asking Sukadeva Goswami this question in the sixth canto. Because fifth canto at the end, all the hellish planet, 26 types of hell is being described. If somebody perform this particular activity, then which type of hell goes? Then he was very concerned, Parikshit Maharaj, not only for himself, for all the people. Then how they will be delivered? What is the way to come out, contract, as in this verse is described? And then Sukhdev Goswami is giving, instead of giving direct answer, he first said that engage in fruitive activity, engage in charity, engage in austerity, engage in sacrifices. This will counteract. That means people also think like that. Like you engage in one simple activity, I will go to temple or I will do some puja, then I'll contract. So, or I will, drink this, and then this is a, bad. Now I will eat one apple, then both contract. But Shastra says, no, this is not how it, both will stay as is. You get a positive credit, you get a negative credit. For both, you have to come and enjoy this and suffer this. Both. It doesn't neutralize it. So when Parikshit Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami said this, then Parikshit Maharaj immediately said, what is the use of this? Because his simple activity mentality is not gone. He has seen it. A criminal has gone to the jail already, came out. Criminal also heard from authority that if I do this mistake, others has done it and they will be punished. They will be given jail. But still they are doing it. But the way you are explaining this karma yoga process, fruitive activity, this is not going to work. It is like elephant taking bath and again coming out, putting the sand, again going taking bath. So what is the use? Again and again, it has no effect. It's not good what you are describing. Then Sukadeva Goswami further he went further. Now karma has rejected, Parikshit Maharaj rejected. Then he went to the next stage of explaining Gnana. So because he's spiritual master, he wants to test how serious he wants to do the highest process or he wants easy process, quick win. So he's testing it. So then he said, Prayaschitam Vimarshanam. So you engage in Gnana Marga, mental speculation. So logic and argument, use that and try to engage it. It is possible, but still there is a chance of fall down because Gnana Marga will take the living entity into merge into Brahman effulgence. He's not worshipping the Supreme. He's not engaging in devotion service. So then he quotes verse E Anya Arvindaksha Vimukta Manatva Yasta Bhavad Avisuddha. Since he hasn't worshipped the Supreme Lord, Brahman effulgence is like Nirbheda Brahma Anusandhan. Nirbheda means there is no Veda means variety. Nirbheda means no variety. Once you merge into Brahman effulgence, which is between material and spiritual world, there is no person to interact. You can't stay there much long and you will fall down from there again come and they open hospitals and do philanthropic work. These are the grannies. There also there is a danger of fall down. So this is also I reject. So the Parikshit Maharaj rejected this idea. Then he told, then when Srila Prabhupada written a letter to an Acharya, professor, great professor, he has written translation commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. He asked Prabhupada, can you print my Srimad Bhagavatam? Can you look at my Bhagavatam and print it? So Prabhupada has written elaborate letter. I think you are a professor, you understand this. Then Prabhupada explaining the sixth canto, the same point which Parikshit Maharaj asked. Karma nirharo, bija nirharanam. So this seed of papa, sinful activity, doesn't go away so easily. Then what is that? Even though he knows, he realized it, he has seen it, he himself has faced it, the criminal activity, and he has suffered it, but still he is doing. So then Prabhupada explaining the three things is happening. This seed is there, this papa, sinful activity is in three stages: dormant stage, seedling stage, and fructified stage, which means bijam, Phalonmukam, Prarabdha. Prarabdha means which we are suffering right now. Phalonmukam is about to come. Any minute, either a day, after a few days, after a few months, it can come. Seed means it may take maybe this lifetime or next lifetime also. So these three stages, because that seed is still there in the heart, uh, even though he knows, he is aware that if he does it, he is going to be punished. But again and again, he's doing because it is there in the heart. Then Sukadeva Goswami, then Prabhupada is writing like this. So because of this, general mass of people are not aware of this. The three stages, why, even though they are not fully aware how to counteract this. Because of that reason, I cannot produce your Srimad, I cannot right now print it. Because general mass of people are not fully enlightened, fully. So first they should read the books which we printed. So, and as per Lee, that's why we go out and chant the holy name, do the Sankirtan. This is the primary process because through this process they can counteract. That's what Goswami tells them, this process. Only way then, before that, he gives a verse also example. Venu gulmam ivanala. That means the dried leaves and all. Before Sankranti, we do that. Bogi, it is called, or Lodi, different names are there in different parts of India. That means you bring all those dried things or dirty things or thrown out things and lit up fire. But where these things are, wherever these plants are cut, trees are cut, still it can sprout up. It may take sometimes months, sometimes years. Even where big fires happen in California and different places, or sometimes earthquake, sometimes even atomic bomb. After many years, again, still the seed is still there. It can sprout up. The plant can come up. The seed is like that. That seed cannot be removed by karma gnana. Then why how it can be removed? Then he gives the answer, and Prabhupada explained to this Acharya in 1970s writing. Kejit kevalaya bhaktya vasudeva parayana agam dunvanti karsnam niharam eva bhaskara. Only way you can counteract this seed has to be burned. The seed which is in these three stages has to be burned completely. Then it won't again come out at all. We don't act sinfully again at any time because the seed itself is removed in the heart. Other process it will cleanse externally. The gross body is at, but the heart, the seed in the heart of sinful activity, it cannot be removed by karma or gnana. It can only be kejit kevalaya. He didn't say, Sukadeva Goswami didn't say that it is optional. No, kevalaya, only one process can remove this seed in the heart. That is only devotion service. Nothing else can remove this particular seed. That's why, but most of the people are not aware of this. So that's why the chanting of the holy name has to be done. So that's why we are chanting. So Kechit Kevalaya Bhakti, that is the same thing Chandik Pandit is also telling. If you associate with it, because they will instruct. Yuga Dharma for that age, they will instruct as well for this age, is a Kali Yuga, Kalauta the Hari Kirtana. Each age there is a Yuga Dharma, Tretayam, Ijuto, no, Krutaya, Dhyayato Vishnu, meditation is there. The people are meditating right now, trying to meditate in Kali Yuga, but actually this is for meant for Satya Yuga. There is 100,000 years people used to live. That time it's a long period you can meditate. Now hardly you can live 60 or 100 years. 60 years itself is a great difficulty. 60, 70. So what to speak of more than 100. Krataya Dhyayato Vishnu, Tretayam Ejito Maya. So Treta Yuga is for sacrifices. 10,000 years they can live. And then Dwaparya, Paricharyam, Archana Marga, which is then elaborate. That also. We need lots of priests and Brahmana, qualified people, and so many things in paraphernalia. Third age, so decreasing. See, the age limit is decreasing, the qualification, the different paraphernalia, these things are all getting reduced. So Kali Yuga, we all know how much it is. So it is great difficulty. So Kalauta the Hari Kirtanas, the easiest process is to chant the holy name of the Lord. So that is where concentration. That can only be effectively done if you are in the right association. That's why Prajanik Pandit is saying that. Bhaja sadhu samagamam. This bhaja, the worship of the Lord can only be done if you are in the right association. Because most of the people are not aware of this process. Even if at all, if they are aware, they will do externally, but actually internally it is not there. So that has to be cultivated. That has to be reminded, revitalized. That can only be done those who are pure in the heart. So that is the point Prabhupada is making in the letter to this N Acharya and Sukadeva Goswami is telling. And then he makes that point. Kechit Kevalaya Bhaktya Vasudeva Parayana, by worshipping the Lord, by engaging in devotion service, and then Kevalaya Vasudeva Agam Dunvanti, Agam means sinful activity, Dunvanti Karsneya means it will, seed will be burned completely. Neharam Meva, just like the sun burns the filth and everything, like that it will burn this devotion service. Then he gives the next verse, which we are Chanik Pandit said, pure devotee. And immediately, next verse itself, because people think the KJ Kevalaya Bhakti means I can do, sit at home and I can engage in devotion. I don't need to associate anybody, I don't need guru, I don't need anybody. That's why immediate next verse itself is telling. Nahi tata agavan rajam puyeta tad ankri rendubi. No, puyeta, I'm forgetting the second full line. Nahi tata agavan rajan puyeta, then tada krishnarpita prana tat purushan shevaya. One, you can only purify, you can engage in this devotion service, purify yourself. Nahi agavan, aga means sinful. Nahi tata means you cannot remove this sinful activity by your own self. Puyeta, tapa adviya. Puyeta tapa advi. By any other method, even in devotion service, you need help of which person? Tata Krishnarpita Prana. Those who are dedicated their life for Lord Krishna, to that person, through that person, you can engage in devotion. Tata Krishnarpita Prana Purusha Tad Nishevaya means undeviated, uninterrupted devotion service. Nishevaya means completely engage in pure devotion service. To that person, and then next verse also is giving another example also. Because people can come up with speculation and give their own ideas and thoughts. He doesn't want any of that to happen. So that's why he's giving. Next, he immediately another verse also is telling. Nishpunanti Rajendra Narayana Paranmukam Sura Kumbam Vibhapaga. If you take the liquor bottle, so you think you can purify? No, this liquor bottle, however you may cleanse it, you cannot use it for any devotion service, any worship of the Lord, because it cannot be purified. Because Narayana Para, it is against this, it is like cleaning the liquor bottle. So, if anybody, any other process which is against the worshipping of Lord Narayan, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, then it has no effect to remove that seed in the heart, that Papa Bija in the heart. It cannot be removed by any other process. Any other, only devotion service, only it can be removed. That is making that point. These three verses go line by line. So, I think 6, 1, 14, 15, 16, or 13, 14, 15, 16. Expertly, Sukadev Goswami is giving the medicine answer to Parikshit Maharaj. And he is also expert disciple. He rejected. He is testing it, he rejected, and then right away he gave the perfect answer. So that's why chanting of the holy name has to be done regularly, consistently. Nam Nam Akari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti Tatarpita Niyamita Smarane Nakala एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमीद्रसिंहाजनिना अनुराग तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीय सदा हरि न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनि ईश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिरहेतुकी त्वयि. How one should chant. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is indicating this holy name. One should be try to become detached internally from this wealth and the followers and name, fame, prestige, all these ityadi, etc. And then come to this thinking that as servant of the Lord's devotees. Ananda Tanujakin, then he is telling this after that detachment, and then we come to the proper position. We will be grounded ourselves as the servant of the Lord's devotees. Ainam Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddha Krupaya Tava Pada Pankajastita Dhuli Sadruzam Vichantaya Nayanam Galadasrudaraya Vadanam Gadyatarudaya Gira Pulake Nichitam Vapu Tavanama Grahanena Bhavishyati युगायुतं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृषायुतं शून्यायुतं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण. These last two verses are significant verses which are giving the result of pure devotion service. One will come to the ultimate perfection of attaining the ultimate happiness, completely purifying our gross body, subtle body, and attaining completely spiritual body. So, an intensity will increase so much that without seeing the Lord, without engaging in the service, you can't live even a minute. That's what. Even if you break my heart, even whatever you may do, but you are my only worshipful Lord, no other person, exclusively. That attachment. So that's what yuga. You don't even yuga means 12 years or more. Even you don't appear before him, but you are the only my Lord. I am your servant. That kind of attachment will come. Chakshusha, Pravdusha, Sunyayitam Jaga. Otherwise, this whole world is vacant. Without you, there is nothing in this world. I have no purpose, no use. So that means you can understand the deep attachment. चक्षुषा प्रसून्यायितं जगत् सर्वं गोविन्दविरहम् अश्लेषवां पादरतां पिनस्तु माम् अदर्शनां मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वातु विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनादस्तु सैवनापरः मत्प्राणनादस्तु सैवनापरः. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sikshastakam Vijaya. So Lord Krishna has to be like that. Matprananas, my life and soul, my the Supreme Master, my Supreme Father, my Supreme Mother. So that is what in the last word. That means the deepest attachment. One who's constantly thinking and serving. He's serving everybody else, but Lord is in his every moment is thinking exactly is doing what Lord is instructing. So that much a deep attachment is there. So in this verse also it is important that last line is telling that the devotion service because demigods are doing the Lord Brahma is the secondary creator, Lord Shiva is the annihilator as Rudra, but he actually whom we have to take shelter? Lord Vishnu. Many verses are there in Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Vishnu is the maintainer. One has to take shelter of the Lord Vishnu. And again, this because people think that because there are verses in Kunti Maharani's prayers and a few other places, I'm forgetting in Srimad later on. Lord Krishna has removed the burden of the earth, but in reality, actually, whenever Lord Krishna comes, Lord Krishna is not engaging in any of these activities. Lord Krishna is engaging only in amorous pastimes. Beautiful. That is his that is his work. No, he has no other actual official work of maintaining or creation disturbance. That maintaining is also done by Lord Vishnu. When Lord Krishna Swayam Bhagavan era, so na sthiti. So he is not here to maintain, create, destroy. He has nothing to do any of it. When Lord Krishna comes, all other incarnations, including Lord Vishnu, all other incarnations merge with him and come. So when the demons are killed, who's killing? Lord Krishna is not killing. So that is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila, chapter 4. Everything explained by verse and one by one, almost 20, 30 verses are explaining the same point. How when Lord Krishna comes, he is not removing this burden removing of the earth. So as in Kunti Maharani's prayers, some people say that you have appeared to remove the burden. Some people say that you have come to rejuvenate devotion service. Like that, she gives various reasons. In other places also, I think in Kulasekara's prayers also, Prudvi Varanaso, Jayati Jayati Devo Devaki Nandano, Jayati Jayati Devo, Prudvi Varanaso, Mukunda. So he's also calling out. But actually, Prudvi Varanaso, that is not the actually Lord Krishna's activity. It is actually one level down, Lord Vishnu's activity is in the office. Lord Krishna is in home. So the office activity will be done by Lord Vishnu. So in that aspect also has to be honored because it's called out here. Sthiti Utpatti Apyaya. That is done by Lord Vishnu. But he delegated. Maintenance he kept himself, and annihilation and creation he has given to Lord Brahma and Rudra. That aspect also we have to understand. You should always know that this cosmic manifestation is created, maintained, and annihilated by the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, everything within this cosmic manifestation is under the control of the Lord. To be enlightened by this perfect knowledge, one should always engage himself in devotion service of the Lord. So before we read the purport, I have to show so that so here this is the letter Prabhupada is writing to R. N. Vyas in 1970, and that point which we discussed. So this is the chapter I was mentioning where it's clearly describing Lord Vishnu and Lord Krishna's activity. So here, so that we have a proof. Scripture proclaims that Lord Krishna previously descended to take away the burden of the earth. स्वयं भगवानेर कर्म नाही भार हरण स्थिति कर्ता विष्णु करेन जगत पालना. To take away this burden, however, is not the work of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The maintainer, Lord Vishnu, is the one who protects this universe. It's not Lord Krishna, because he is at a higher level. He will not do this activity. किंतु कृष्णेर यही हय अवतार काल बार हरण काल अते हयिला मीशला. But the time to lift the burden of the world mixed with the time of Lord Krishna's incarnations. When Lord Krishna has come, generally every yuga there are different incarnations. They come, but at that time Lord Krishna, we go once in a day of a Brahma. Brahma has many days, day and night. Each day is Sahasra Yuga Aharyat Brahmano. One day and one night is 1,000 yuga cycle. That means from Satyuga to Kali Yuga is 4 yugas. These 4 yugas got one cycle. Like that, 1,000 yuga cycle. You can imagine how long is the Brahma's day. In that one day of Brahma, once Lord Krishna comes. After Lord Krishna comes, only once like that. After immediately after him, 500 years after, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. Lord Krishna only comes even more, even munificent. He comes. He will not come every yuga, he will not come. Every Dwapara yuga, Lord Krishna is not there. Only in one day of Brahma, so long, so only once he comes. So when he comes, there already generally purpose of the other incarnate who is supposed to come for Dwapara yuga, they also mix with it. So that is being explained here. So further, when the complete Supreme Personality descend, all other incarnations of the Lord meet together within him. So that particular proof is being given here. Lord Narayana, the four primary actions, so you can clearly understand why Lord Krishna is the supreme and why not anybody else. So many different angles. This has been explained. So, Lord Narayana, the four plenary explain Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Matsya, and other Leela incarnates, the Yuga avatars, Manvantara avatars, and many other incarnates as there are, all descend in the body of Lord Krishna. In this way, the complete supreme Godhead, Lord Krishna himself appears. So then who does the killing of the demon? That has to be answered. So immediately next verse is answering that. At that time, therefore, Lord Vishnu is in the present in the body of Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna kills the demons through him. Who's killing the demons? It's not Lord Krishna. He is killed by Lord Vishnu. So that has to be understood, because that is not Lord Krishna's business. So Ataiva Vishnu Takana Krishnera Sarire Vishnu Dware Kare Krishna Asura Samhare. So that is Lord Vishnu is doing that Samhara. So thus the killing of the demons is but secondary work. I shall now speak the main reason for the Lord's incarnation. So, but this is the point I want to make. So that because as it is discussed, because people think so it is the same. Lord Krishna in Vrindavan is the same as Dwaraka and Mathura. It's not exactly same. In one sense, it's same. You can say as been telling Lord Vishnu equal Lord Rama equal Lord Krishna. But in another sense, if you go to the deeper, then there is a slight difference, like the office and work. So now let us look at the purport. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Self-realization, understanding oneself as Brahman or spirit soul is very difficult uh, in the material condition, because that I explained, because most of the people are not aware, because we have done certain sinful activity in the past lives and we are bringing that baggage. So when that is there, that's why in the seventh chapter, Prabhupada is quoting 7.1, which we are discussing in the evening times. So there also later on in the 27, I think, Krishna is making that point. When somebody will come to devotion service, Krishna is making that point clear, because you can ask them why, if this is the process, this is the only way you can remove the seeds, why everybody is not taking? Because most of the people are not aware, and because of their sinful mentality also, that if they receive the Ajnata Sukriti by somehow or other, by association of pure devotees, they can come into this process more easier than them coming into this process. So there Krishna is making that point. Esham antagatam papam jananam punya karma te danda moha nirmukta bhajante andrudabrata. First, the level of sinful activities has to go away. Then one can come to this process. As more sinful, 75% clear, then he will come to drudabrata. That means nishta. Adhav Shraddha is the beginning stage. We are talking about nishta means 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth stage. Adhav Shraddha first stage, second stage is Bhajana Kriya, no. Sadhu Sangha. Third stage, association of devotees. Third stage is Bhajan Kriya, surrendering to spiritual man. That third stage. Fourth stage, Anardana Murti. Fifth stage is Nishta. Nishta means very fixed up. Every day consistently doing it. That is called Nishta. Every day, no matter what, that is going to happen. No exceptions. Every day it's going to happen. That is what is called Dada Vrata. When that will happen, when the 75% of anarthas are removed, then this nishta will come. Until that, it cannot come by itself. So, that is what we have to understand. So that we have to work towards that. So, as these steps, if you work, more you take the association, more faith will increase, more we surrender. So then gradually we'll surrender to spiritual, and then also we have to still work a lot of work. Every step there is a work, but more and more you go deeper and deeper. So that's it. Here Prabhupada is quoting the process of as Bhaja Sarvatmana Harim. As we mentioned now, Lord Prabhupada is making the point that now how to worship that Lord. What is devotion service means? And seventh chapter begins with that straight. Before also it is explained in the first six chapters also. Lord is making points on devotion service. In second chapter, 61st verse is making the point. In third chapter is making the point of Mai Sarvani Karmani. Many verses are there, but not right away. The title, chapter title, and explicitly calling out devotion is speaking only directly in the seventh chapter. So that's why Prabhupada is quoting that. So self-realization, understanding oneself as Brahman or spirit soul is very difficult in material condition. However, we accept the devotion service of the Lord will gradually reveal himself. Because as you serve with attachment, serve with devotion, with feeling. That's what bhava. Then actually Lord also, because otherwise he's not obligated. Anybody who's worshipping mechanically or like as a ritual, Lord is not obligated. So Lord is not accepting the offerings either. So we may put it, but when he will accept the offering, only if the person is offering with devotion. So sometimes the examples are given. The person who is a pujari brahmana is there in the inside the temple, and he has a stone. Generally, to break a coconut or something. Or, or the stone is also vigraha also. Lord is also sometimes the small. Like Shaligram Shila is a stone, but the stone is carved different way. It has a different forms. Sometimes like Narshinga as Matsya, Kurma, the Shaligram Shilas are carved, formed like that. So this person has taken the Shaligram Shila and used as somebody has given the peanuts, so shelled peanuts as a offering to the Lord. Closed the door, took the stone and breaking these peanuts. Shalagram Banga, I forget the Bengali. This is Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur gives some of these examples. There is he is supposed to offer this to serve the Lord, but he thought became so attached to eat the peanut, he is breaking these peanuts with Shaligram. He is taking the deity itself, he is breaking the peanuts. That means how much is so much into rituals, so much is not inclined to actually offer the service to the Lord, is inclined how he can enjoy himself. So this is then Lord is not obligated to accept the offering. He may do it, but he's not accepting it. So this also we have to understand because it is internal. The devotion means internal. It is not antaranga, it is not bahiranga, it is not external. External show is a separate thing. Internal one has to have a feeling. So then only you can see, right? Why we have to go to instead of difference of the taste of the outside restaurant, difference of the mother cooking. Where is the difference? Is the restaurant person is cooking for your benefit? He wants money, so that he is working and making it. See, the mother's cooking. She is cooking when my son and daughter is coming, is going to come home and eat very nicely. So she will prepare from morning to evening. She will think and prepare. That means she has bhava. Result will be wonderful taste automatically. Even in a restaurant, you may get some taste, good taste, but still that will not satisfy. Actually, you will not feel that real happiness. But the same thing if mother gives, even though it may be simple thing, one item only, but it will give more happiness than you eat outside. And the difference is bhava, affection has to be there. So the same thing Lord also does. If there is affection, then he is obligated to accept your offering. However, whatever background doesn't matter. If the poor person offering also, you will accept. He's offering only one leaf also will accept. Patram Pashpam Palam Toyam. That's what Lord is telling that. For demigod worship, you need so many things. For me, you don't need to offer. Even if you offer a leaf, you offer a flower, you offer a water, I will accept it. But it has to be in devotion. Baba has twice he is mentioning Bhaktya, Bhaktya, twice in that verse. It's the ninth chapter. Most confidential. Ninth chapter has all the significant, important verses are there in the ninth chapter. Manmanava Bhakto, Patram Pashpam Palanto, Mahatmanastu Mam Partha, taking also the pure, almost Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. All these verses are in the ninth because that's why it is most confidential knowledge. So that can only be understood if you are in the right association. Ninth chapter can be understood. Otherwise, it cannot be understood so easily. So go back to this line. In this way, the progressive devotion service will gradually, progressive devotee will gradually realize his spiritual position. Because as you more and more engage in this service repeatedly, gradually, slowly, grananti, it has to be accepted in the heart. Initially, maybe theory, mechanical, but more you develop that feeling, go in front of the Lord, seeing Him, making that connection that helps through a devotee who has that faith. Because direct one on one, it may not work. If the few devotees there, another devotee who has stronger faith, if you associate with them through them, you love, you follow the process, then it easily we can actually strengthen our faith naturally. Yeah, so that's why the repeatedly has been stressed the pure devotee association. We have to do engage in this devotion service. We cannot see anything in the darkness of night, not even our own the own selves. Because in the dark, how can you see unless there is light? But when there is sunshine, we can see not only the sun, but everything within this world as well. So Lord Krishna explains in the seventh chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now, so what is that light? And that's why we chant Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Salakaya. So Ajnana is there. Who's going to remove this ignorance? Simple activity, this three seedling, dormant, fructive stage of this in the heart, these three stages of the Papa Bija. Then how it is going to be? That means some enlightenment has to happen. That is devotional service. So that's what Lord is explaining here. And this particular Ajnana Timira. So that is like the Timira fog. This ignorance, this Papa Bija is like the fog. Fog, can you remove it? No one can remove fog. Only sun, when it appears, it will remove. Same way, this Lord, this engaged in devotional service is like the removing fog. So that's why here, Maya Asakta Mana Partha Yogam Injan Madashraya. Take shelter of me, my representative. Whenever this Madashraya is there, it is always mean the Lord and Lord's representative who is directly engaging in that process also, deeply attached. Then it's easier. Assumption, then what will happen? Then you will know everything about how this world is working, what you are supposed to do, and where you will go, what will be your destination. So, every detail will be answered, every detail will be revealed. So that's why asamsaya means there will not be any doubt. Samagra means completely you will know everything in detail. Asamsayam samagram yata grasa tatsrunu. Provided if you hear it. Provided if you hear it. Because if one is just simply only externally to satisfy somebody is hearing, then it is not going in the heart. Then it won't be answered. If somebody is hearing, actually, you really want to know actually how much this is truth. So what is this? Is there a real substance in it? What Krishna is saying here. So let me pay some attention. Let me try to understand. So anyway, we tested anyway so many lifetimes. This life at least we should try this process. So what is the disadvantage? We have tried so many lifetimes, so many things, but at least this lifetime we should try this process. What Lord Krishna is teaching. This cannot because Krishna's plan is the perfect plan always. Our plan only will fail always. So that's why at least this life we should use the plan of Lord Krishna as per Bhagavad Gita. Then we have to see the result, and the result will be perfect. And the Lord is explaining the fourth chapter itself why it will perfect because you may not believe me, but these all the perfected souls as perfected by following the process I am explaining in the fourth chapter 10th verse after explaining how the knowledge should be received, when I will appear, why I will appear, what is my position, and how you will go to the spiritual world, all those explaining first verse to ninth verse. Then the 10th verse is quoting Vetaraga Bayakroda Manmayama Upas Bahavo Gnana Tapasa Pota Mat Bhava. There are many souls as perfected themselves by following this process. They have become free from fear, lamentation, illusion. So that means the Lord doesn't want to just give his own opinion. He wants to put an example that because we need to know, right? If you have to go to doctor, if you have to go to college, we all find out first, ask friends, known people, how is this doctor, how is this college, so all then only we go. So for everything generally, the same thing. That's a lot also making the same point here. He wants to also put an example that who has done it before. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of examples of that. So that we are very clear, we are confident that this process works. And this process is followed by the brahmacharis, grihasthas, vanaprasthas, sannyas, all kinds of people. Because if it is only brahmacharis, grihasthas will not take. Because all the examples are given throughout Srimad Bhagavatam. Out of 12 Mahajans, there are 7 of them are grihasthas and 5 of them are brahmacharis. So we should not, I am grihastha, this doesn't apply to me. I cannot follow this practice. That question should not arise because 7 of the Mahajans who are following this process are grihasthas. Prahlad Maharaj, Yamaraj, Lord Shiva also is grihastha. But he acts like brahmachari, but he is also grihastha. So many of the Mahajans are very few. Kumaras is brahmacharis. So like that. But Sukadeva Goswami is also there. Vayasaki. He is also brahmachari. So, but many of them are grihasthas. But all those examples are there. Srimad Pandavas are grihasthas. So many examples are there throughout Srimad Bhagavatam. So that we should be sure that this process works for everyone, every type of living entity, any walk of life. It is not just specifically only one walk of life, one particular place, one country, one planet. No, it is applied for everyone. Anybody can accept, follow this process and attain the result, right result. So now here, O Sanaprata Arjuna, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt. Lord is making this point very clear. So that if Arjuna hears with attention, he will every doubt will be removed. And that's what happened at the end. So when we engage ourselves in the devotion service of the Lord to become Krishna conscious, we understand not only Krishna but everything related to Krishna. What does that mean? That means Krishna is not alone. So that means Krishna's energies. That means Ishvara Tattva. That means who is Ishvara? So Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, the spiritual world, you will understand his energy. That means Jiva, you will understand the human being. What is our position, we will understand Jiva Tattva, Ishvara Tattva, Shakti Tattva, the energies. This material energy also will understand the internal energy, the gopis, Radharani, Lakshmis, Durgas, all these, that energy of Shakti Tattva it is called. That also will understand. Then Shiva Tattva will understand who is Lord Shiva, what is his position. Guru Tattva will also understand. All these are in relation to Lord Krishna. They are not independent of Lord Krishna. They cannot, nothing can exist without Lord Krishna. Everything is dependent on him. Everything is connected to him. So that's what is the point here. So when I say Samagrama means not only you will understand the spiritual world, not only understand devotion service to Lord Krishna, but you will also understand all this periphery, all everything in relation with him. So that you see everything properly as per the Shastra Chakshu, as Krishna is seeing. We will also see in the same way. So that's what Krishna consciousness means. What does it mean? As Krishna is thinking, we are also thinking in the same line. As Krishna is seeing, we are also seeing in the same line. So that's what it means. Thinking, feeling, willing of Krishna will also be aligned. So that's what it means. So not for any other consciousness means Krishna consciousness. That is the meaning. That is what is explained here. In other words, through Krishna consciousness, we can understand not only Krishna and the cosmic manifestation, but also our constitutional position. Our constitutional position is servant of God, servant of Krishna, which we explained many times. Water, salt, chili, every one of them has a constitutional position. That means our original dharma. Dharma people define so many differently, but dharma is not defined as faith. People think that is faith. Dharma is not like that. It is called Sanatan Dharma. That means you cannot change it. Today you have something and tomorrow it's going to change. That is not called Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma means which is eternal. So what is that which is eternal? The Jiver Surupe Nitya Krishna. We are servant of God. Everywhere same thing is mentioned. Jesus Christ mentioned the same thing. I am son of God. I am servant of God, he is mentioning. People cannot understand. But same thing, everybody is mentioning all these different philosophies, different faiths. Their representative has told in reality what they are. Only those who are followers only has made different claims and confused everybody else. Because the representative of the Lord will never cheat people. Only those who are not properly following only they can cheat. None of these acharyas, this is Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad, all these are great representatives of the Lord. Because different levels they need different knowledge. They can't understand higher and higher knowledge. So for that level, some of the representatives come for that specific purpose. But this Sanatana Dharma means constitutional position which doesn't change. We are doing service every day. We are serving. We are serving our children, serving father, serving mother, serving country, serving nation, serving community. But that means the core identity is actually service. But right now the service is misplaced. No God. God constantly is there, not there, but everywhere service is going on. Then how long can it be done? It cannot continue. It will have defects. Brahma, Vipralipsa, Karna, Patava. One more I'm forgetting. These four defects are there for human being. Conditioned soul has four defects. Cheating propensity, commit mistakes, illusion, imperfect senses. These are the four defects. Shastra is telling that. So that's why we have to depend on the Supreme Lord. Shastra is not defective. Lord is not defective. Neither pure devotees coming from the spiritual world is not defective. So we have to bank on these three personalities and then follow the process. Then we will also become free from these four defects. Come to the pure position. So that is what is being talked about here. In Krishna consciousness, we can understand that entire material creation is created by the Supreme Personality of God, maintained by Him, annihilated by Him, and absorbed in Him. We are also part and parcel of the Lord. We are, as we've been Namsa. Everything is under the control of the Lord. Because Swam having his own expansion, like Lord Vishnu, Lord Rama, Lord Narasimha, Matsya, Kurma. These are all Lord's own expansions. We are also son and daughters of the Lord, but we are separated. Means we are not disconnected, but we are separated because we are Jiva Tattva is Isvara. This cannot merge. Jiva cannot become Isvara. Isvara cannot become Jiva also. Lord comes as a devotee, so when he desires out of his sweet will, but doesn't mean that he has become a jiva. No, Isvara is always Isvara only. God is always God. God will even if he takes a fish incarnation, whatever incarnation he may take, his position is never changed. Achyuta, infallible. So whenever we go to temple, if they ask Gotra, what Gotra will tell? Achyuta Gotra, because that is Lord Krishna's Gotra. So because infallible. So we don't want any benefits. Most of the people, no problem, you can tell your Gotra. But we, those we understand from the Acharyas, we don't tell our Gotras. We tell because how long? Next life, another we will continue. Last many lifetimes we have continued this Gotra business. That means cycle of birth, death, old age, disease, different families, different wives, different children, different parents. This is going on. So that means this Gotra line is going on. But as soon as you represent, you associate, you understand, you develop your connection to Achyuta, Lord Krishna, then you're disconnecting. Internally, you're disconnecting. So that means material connection you're disconnecting, but spiritual connection. Kunti Maharani is saying the same thing. You disconnect, you connect these links. I don't want to have these material attachments with Pandavas, Vrishnis, all this. Disconnect. Cut this knot. So what does this mean? She is saying this internal attachment on the familial relationship that you credit, but actually I should have a spiritual attachment to all of them. I should see everyone as a part and parcel of God. Then it is more effective, more happiness. Otherwise, it has a tinge of what business I am going to get, what result I am going to get. If I serve them, what I am going to get. We always have this defective nature. But minute you bring God, then everything will be in its proper place. So that is the process is explained here. So what is the last line? We are also part and parcel of the Lord. Everything is under the control of the Lord, and therefore our duty is to surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Supreme and engage in His transcendental loving service. This surrender is explained in so many different places. In simple terms, is explained that. Six steps, six stages are there in surrender. Anukulya, Sasanka, first two are very important. All other four helps automatically. We can come to the other four if you do follow the first two. which we explained many times. Anukulyasa sankalpa. Means we should accept everything every day, whatever we do. Try to accept things, your job, your car, buying anything we do in our life, which is favorable to worship the Lord. Because some many of the things it is not favorable. It won't let you worship. It won't let you think of the Lord if you do some things. Like if you work in liquor shop, will it allow you to think of the Lord? No, absolutely, it won't let you allow. Because it's unfavorable. So that's why Shastra written, Anukulyasya Sankalpa. Whatever is favorable, you accept that thing, that activities. Try to come to that. That's what one's first step also. Second, Pratukulyasya Vivarjanam. Try to accept those things which is taking you away from the Lord. That also you have to uh, distance ourselves. That is good. Then first two things are happen, then naturally other things will happen. Automatically it will come, which is Raksha is Sati Viswaso. We'll have strong 100% faith, will come from slowly 1% to 100%. Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu is the only protector. Raksha means protector. Raksha is Sati Viswaso. We have full faith. Goptritya Varanam Tada. Varanam means maintainer. So you'll also have full faith that not anybody else, not the demigod, not somebody else, no, not some guardian, no. Only the Lord Vishnu and his representative, the Guru, is a maintainer. That is the fourth aspect. But the first two aspects, if there, then this third, fourth, fifth, sixth will happen. If that doesn't, the first two doesn't happen, this fourth thing, next four cannot happen because we cannot even come to that level at all. Then Goptrita Varnam does Atma Nikshepana Karpanye. Karpanya means humility has to be there. Atma Nikshepana means will accept whatever Lord is thinking, whatever Lord is thinking, feeling, exactly I will also do the same. Atma Nikshepana means self surrender. That self surrender means as the Lord is thinking, I will also do the same. If He wants me to do certain activity, I will only do that. I will not deviate here or there. So that is more difficult. So more it goes to the next steps, it's very difficult. And the humility, karpanya, that kripana means miserliness. So the person understands that I am very weak. I have no strength. I am utterly dependent on you. He's always every day, every minute is dependent on the Lord. He's doing activity, but he's fully dependent on the Lord to guide him, give him strength, how to do everything. He's depending. So that this is what surrender means when it says here. Only duty is to surrender unto the Supreme and engage in his transcendental loving service. We are on time, so take darshan. So is that so this is the essence of today's verse. How to remove, the main thing is how to counteract all this gross body, subtle body, the attachment, the bondage, the karma business, fruitive activity business. Is by counteract by not by karma yoga, not by gnana yoga, not by ashtanga yoga, by devotion service. Gradually, slowly, we have to develop that affection and attachment, and then intensity has to increase from 1% gradually to 100%, and that will naturally give ultimate happiness in our heart. So that is the essence. Srimad Bhagavatam